Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Sad Tiz, and this is an emergency bulletin. I regret to inform you that there is a ruthless international clique that is turning the people against them and does not want them to have peace. And that is, of course, all the tackle shops in the fucking EU that are going to be rubbing their hands when this new Temu tax comes in. So for you, the Goyim, what you need to know is at the end of this month, which is June, at the beginning of next month, July, if you live in the EU, for every single item that you order that's outside the EU, you are going to be paying €3 on it. Now that's not per order, that's per item. So if you were ordering a €1 Chinese fishing lure, you are now paying €4 for that. Why? Why are we doing that? Why are we paying that tax? Well, you may have heard of this small little country called Israel. Um, but no, I'm kidding. Of course, it is just the EU basically saying that we've had it too good and they need to tax us now. The real justification, of course, is we're not buying too much in our local businesses and stuff, and people are kind of using their own brains and are kind of just going straight to the source and ordering stuff from China. If you can remember when we were younger, if you're my age, or if you're much younger and you're watching this, you probably have to find some vintage pate fucking film reel of when I was kicking about being your age. We had Western manufacturing, and it was of good quality and of good produce. And we decided to basically go, nah, we're just going to speculate on markets and move money around and coin clip. Well, we didn't do that last bit, but we decided to move all of our production to China, and it was going to be cheap. So our whole lives we've been told, Chinese cheap, Chinese cheap, Chinese cheap. That's gone hand in hand. And now there's a turnaround where the things that you see in front of you manifested within all stores are all made in the third world or in China. It's all cheap. It's all replaceable, immediately replaceable. It's all crap, but you are still paying the same high ticket as if it wasn't. And this is the sort of fucking fake world that we live in at the minute. And even if you kind of use your head and you were ordering stuff from China, if you could kind of get over the snobbiness of having to order stuff from China and you were just kind of using your brain to do that, you are now being punished for doing that. And to speak totally honestly and seriously now, and with no jokes, just for a tiny bit, my most popular video that I have on YouTube is a video on Temu lures. And that isn't because I think people are really interested, people here in Europe specifically, are interested on how the Chinese managed to recreate and copy Western lure designs. I don't think that's it. It's because people just don't have the money anymore. The cost of living is too much. And we, like I said, exported all that stuff to China to make it cheap. And it's no longer becoming cheap. People don't have the available funds to kind of piss about and spend a shit ton of money on it. I think it's an indication, it's a very clear indication of that people just don't have the money to be doing this. And then when you essentially put the most regressive tax that I could think of in my mind on all the citizens in Europe, or specifically the European Union, you might as well have called it the stupid fucking Goy tax, and they're not going to do anything about it tax. And that would have been a more fitting name. And if you could entertain me for just a minute, if you cast your mind back to kind of the formation of the United States, and you had the Boston Tea Party, where a bunch of rebels essentially threw tea into the harbor in Boston after the British taxed the tea. Now they are taxing tea moo, and I am going to be blowing up all government buildings with plastic explosives on November 5th, wearing a Guy Fawkes mask, speaking in riddles and in reverse. And that's, of course, a joke and a reference to the movie V for Vendetta. Alternatively, if you also want to protest, you can contact your EU representative. I'm sure democracy totally works, and they will definitely help you. I'm confusing myself by nodding or shaking my head. You can see I'm not a very bright guy, but I can figure out that we are definitely getting shafted, okay, at the very least. So that's the bulletin. There it is, sub 5 minutes as it is, but watch me drag this out just for another 30. My point is, if you have stuff that you want to order, do it before the end of this month. And after that, you're going to have to wait until you accrue over €150 in your basket to order without paying the Goy tax. Something which isn't going to be taxed ever is the shirts from sadtiz.com. Anyways, listen, God bless, be good, be dynamic, be radical, have principles, be that which the bourgeoisie call an extremist. That's Julius Evola. And listen, rise with the sun, etc., etc., etc. Ciao, ciao. See you in the next one.